I want to know who your worst team of the week was.
So my worst team of the week. This one might be a little bit surprising here, but I went with New England here.
Ooh, I think that's harsh, but go on.
So New England's coming off back-to-back games where they've blown 2-goal leads. This is including CCL for those that are unsure. Blew a 2-goal lead against RSL, blew a 3-goal lead against Pumas. And now this week they come up against Charlotte, who has been completely winless, completely tieless. They have lost every game so far this season. They needed a win so badly, and they got a great opponent to get a win, a team that has been struggling a lot so far this season. And you lost 3-1. I know that there are a few injury issues going on with New England at the moment, but they're in a pretty bad spell of form at the moment. And I think that was exemplified when they go to a winless Charlotte and lose. I get going away to Charlotte, expansion team with a lot of hype surrounding it at home. Probably wasn't going to be the easiest, but the team still was winless the entire year. I mean, I think you got to at least get a result somehow. I mean, you're the supporter, you're the reigning supporter shield points record champions. You can't just go to the expansion team that's been winless all year and then lose. I mean, you can because it's MLS and anything can happen. But I think they're hitting a bad spell of form right now, and Bruce really needs to figure something out here because I think the momentum for this team is going down at the moment.
Yep. We were talking about this earlier. I just wanted to throw this little tidbit in there about New England going to Charlotte. We talked about how it was going to be 38,000 for a sellout, right? Can you guess how many they actually had?
I saw there were a lot of empty seats from what I heard in terms of, like, I think buying tickets. I'd probably guess maybe like 30K.
29. I think it was 29.1. So that is about 78, 29.3, about 78%. 77, closer to 77.5% sellout after their first game of 75K. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go check out either our clip or our episode. Probably our episode. You'll probably get a better kick out of it. But we did a whole Charlotte FC episode talking about their ticket prices and stuff, and I want to go check that out. That's a good one. Mine, also not as obvious. I stayed away from Inter Miami. We know they suck. We know that they're consistently the worst team in the field. 1 goal in 9 games, or one goal, 9 goals against in 4 games, or whatever it is. They look like garbage. But I went with a very bad Sporting Kansas City team. Tim Melia looks like the MLS pool goalkeeper he was back in 2012. Fontas is nothing like he was last year. They desperately missing Polito up top. Russell and Shallowy don't exist. Busio really hasn't been replaced. Losing Illy Sanchez, massive. There's not a single player on this team that you look and you're like, yeah, this guy, we might be able to build around him one day. Maybe Hernandez, but the rest are just getting old. Zusi, Melia, or they're just not that good. You know, Ismiat Marine and Ben Sweat even has been struggling. I'm going to go out here and say I don't think them getting a brand new striker is going to fix whatever's going on right now. There's a lot more to go on. They need a really good number 8 because Roger Espinoza just can't do it on his own, and they need somebody to pull the strings along with the striker. So there are lots of holes to fill on this team.
Yeah, they are just. We're going to talk more about them later. A little bit of a spoiler there.
Spoiler.
But, they have been off to a pretty tough start this season.
They are, if I remember correctly, hold please. Are they bottom of the West right now?
They are 3rd bottom right now, I think.
3rd bottom of the West. This is a team that people were predicting to win the West.
Yeah, I think both of us probably had high expectations for them.
I mean, I didn't have them winning, but I had them up like 4th or 5th, I think. But they are
at least in the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, 3 goals for, 8 goals against, only 1 win in 4 games. That's just not great. And they're the only granted, Nashville are also down there, by the way, side note, and Seattle and Portland. So basically they just did this flip and flipped our predictions on its head. So outside of LAFC, of course.
Yep. LAFC to the moon.
And
Right.
Philly are also up top.
Yeah, I've got the 1-2 right now for the Eastern Conference, Philly and
Philly,
then Columbus.
Yeah.